Hello everybody, I want to make it a thankful Monday because it's just a quick update for the week, but I've just been looking at Christchurch's Facebook page and they had Thank You Friday because loads of people have been giving stuff. So they've had the round table, the Soroptimists, if I've said that right, they've had a local school, they've had the Highcliffe Players, they've had a group of accountants even dropping off stuff. Super work with just getting all those partnerships, Tracy and Sarah. But isn't it a great idea to do a thank you thing, just when it's really the busiest time of the year, to continue to be grateful for all that people are doing for us. But also I'm grateful for you. You know, there's been Easter events. I know Smile had another event last week. They've got one this week at Project Manor. Had a big Easter event at St Mike's with the homelessness team this last Thursday, which is beautiful. And I know that many of you have got special things this week. So thank you for what you are doing. Just a quick, another thank you. This is the last week for Jo Thorpe. Jo, who, as you know, has helped us get going, the Hope into Action work. And she came back last year for some travelling and helped us again. Just did a great job at working with the new HIA4, the fourth house with One for Women. And Jo, we really appreciate what you're doing, that you're going to continue to do, because I know you're going to continue to be a supporter, continue to hopefully be involved in that church team. Thank you for being a real pace setter or trailblazer for HIA. And we just want to on people, keep thinking of Derek, keep praying for him. He's had his quadruple bypass last week. Lots of things still to get right. He's kind of had little ups and downs, so if you can keep praying for him, that would be good. And one other little update, which is we're just coming to that time of year where we're doing the 6-month objectives reviews. So what does that mean? Do you remember last year, we instead of having a big bash appraisal thing, we have a conversation every 6 months to go, how are we doing on the objectives that we set for ourselves, each of us as individuals, working with our line manager. And one of the things we did was to complete what we called our Life in All Its Fullness star. It's like a little self-assessment to see how we're doing against some things like, you know, is my workload what it should be? Can I use all my skills and experience? That sort of thing. Really helpful if we could do that again. So you'll see that coming out in the next few days. We want to try and do those reviews at least before the middle of May if we can. So the line managers will give you more on that as they come round. One part of that is that we've got these values, haven't we? The 5 FaithWorks values. I wonder if you can reel them off. Well, actually, it's a good point because the first letters of them nearly, but not quite, spell a little acronym. And if you put them in the right order, that's welcoming, alongside, trusted, empowering, and then do a little tweak on practical to make it resourceful. You get water. And water of life, water gives life. We're here to give life, life centres. What do you think? So I'm going to put a little note round to see, as part of the objective reviews, just to see what you think about that. Anyway, have a good week. We'll put out some dates about having a staff away days in the summer and the pension session as well, which will be the end of May. But happy Easter. So it's Easter week, the most important week in the Christian calendar. And many of you will know, if you've interviewed for any of the jobs we are in FaithWorks, we quite often ask, so what does it mean in practice for us to be a Christian organisation? And if you asked me for my answer, then it would be around, well, on one of our values, we talk about the fact that there's a Bible verse where Jesus says, I've come to give life and life in all its fullness. Now, you give life in amazing ways, whether to individuals, to families, whether through giving very practical stuff like food or financial advice or homeless help, but also through relational stuff, through getting around a meal together and giving people life by giving them time to be listened to. You treat each life as precious, even when it's really hard to do that, and when individuals have really difficult circumstances. And we also call our venues life centres, don't we? Because those are places where people find new purpose and new hope and new beginnings quite often. But we also believe that Jesus came and died in our place to deal with the burden of pain and history and the debt that we owe because of the things we do wrong to each other. And he didn't stay dead. He actually came back and said, I want to give you life every day. I want to come and live in you and be your everyday companion. So that is the true meaning of life for me. Life in all its fullness. Yes, life dealing with the practical stuff. Yes, life within and around people, but also Jesus' life in us. And so we want to, in the most appropriate ways and in gentleness and respect, always be willing to give a reason for the hope that we have within us. And that hope is called Jesus. So I hope you get a chance, maybe just early one morning, like this morning, to spend a bit of time reflecting on the Easter story this week, and to know that, as one of my verses in my on my phone put it, He is where the joy is. Happy Easter, everyone.